Welcome to College Smart Radio, helping you understand the true cost of college and tackle the runaway costs of financing a college education. College Smart Radio is hosted by Mark Guthrie and Beatrice Schultz, founders of Westface College Planning. Now, your hosts for College Smart Radio, Mark Guthrie and Beatrice Schultz.
If a student can start college having chosen a major and career path, confident needs will be met, interest embraced, and stresses avoided. Then the 4-year graduation rate skyrockets, saving thousands in future tuition. On today's College Smart Radio program, we'll be talking about tools available today that help direct the student in discovering their best fit for major and career. Our guests on today's College Smart Radio program are Lisa Mader, the president of LEAP, Learning Enrichment and Assistance Program, and Neilye Garrity, co-founder of Candid Career. Hi, I'm Beatrice Schultz. I'm here in the studio solo today without my co-host, husband, and partner, Mark Guthrie. He'll be back with us next week. Welcome to our weekly show, College Smart Radio, where we help you tackle the runaway costs of a college education. Our show is all about bringing up-to-date and practical advice to parents who are dealing with the cost of a college education for their kids. With some private schools costing well over $60,000 a year, a UC costing $35,000, and a California State University running $25,000, parents need more help than ever. We bring you that help by sharing ways to pay less, tapping into financial aid, and prioritizing your source of funds to make sure you get through the most expensive years of your life. Based on our education and experience, we share our insights with you week in and week out. Mark and I are the owners of the San Carlos-based college financial planning business, Westface College Planning, and we're also the owners and investment advisory representatives of Westface Financial Advisory, a registered investment advisory firm. We host workshops and webinars on college financial planning and consult with parents on a daily basis. And in addition to our insights, we bring in experts in many areas of the college process. From counselors, financial professionals, financial aid officers, student coaches, parents, and even students, you'll learn firsthand the ins and outs of how to pay for college and survive financially. In addition to our show, you can find lots of powerful information at our website, collegesmartradio.com. We have many articles with up-to-date information on navigating the waters of paying for the runaway cost of college. We also have a monthly e-newsletter full of content about college planning. And we have a link to our free community parent workshops and webinars that we host to teach parents about how to pay for college and how the financial aid system really works. So let's get into today's show. On today's show, we have two guests, and one of the guests is Lisa Mader. And Lisa Mader's got 8 years of teaching experience at the junior high and high school levels. She's got a bachelor's degree in education and a master's in educational administration, which all provide an excellent foundation to help students academically catch up, maintain success, and excel while navigating the college process. Lisa is a member of the National Association of College Admissions Counselors and the Ohio Association of College Admissions Counselors as an independent college counselor, and she's the owner-CEO of LEAP since 1999. She's also an advanced Berkman consultant. Lisa's a partner with Westface College Planning and provides all of our clients with the Fit to Flourish Career College to Major assessment. She's a repeat guest on College Smart Radio and is joining us from Cincinnati, Ohio. Hi, Lisa. Welcome back to College Smart Radio.
Hi, Beatrice. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining me. Well, also joining us today is Neilye Garrity. Neilye is a co-founder of CandidCareer.com. Candid Career is a provider of thousands of career advice videos. Candid Career is dedicated to providing the inside scoop on careers and advice to help students explore college majors and careers as well as land their first job. Prior to starting Candid Career, Neilye worked as an information technology consultant for IBM, focusing on software development, user experience training, and project management. Neilye's also joining us via phone, and she's joining us from Annapolis, Maryland. Hi, Neilye. Welcome to College Smart Radio.
Hi, Beatrice. Thank you for having me today.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. And part of the reason why we have both of you here is because you're partnering and helping out with all of our clients and other clients across the U.S. So, Lisa, maybe you can start. You've been on the show a couple of times talking about the Fit to Flourish program, but can you give our listeners who have missed some of those shows a little bit of the background about the LEAP Fit to Flourish program?
Absolutely. So, over the past 15 years, I've been working, as you already said, as an independent college counselor. A common question that continued to come up, and I have to say actually more so as the years went on and the cost of college was skyrocketing, was how do I know that a college is reputable for this major, and how do I figure out what to do with this major? What am I wired to do? So we went through a process about 5 years ago of deciding what tools we could use with families that really would have a scientific data base to them that were reliable so we could give good direction to our clients and answer their questions. In doing so, at the time when I started the search, I didn't know about the Berkman method, which is a personality tool that we use. And once I did learn it and I experienced it for myself, I realized that this is a tool that would help us assess what students' interests are so we can embrace those interests, evaluate what their asset or productive behaviors are that would be great for them in their future career, as well as what their expectations are so that we set them up to get as many of their needs met as possible. And the Berkman allows us to do that when coupled with information that we collect on the student profile assessment that we have, that we're really looking at who the student is as a student, grades, how they're doing in their different classes, their hobbies, their test scores, things like that. So out of that grew our program that we call Fit to Flourish, which is based on the Berkman method personality test, and they're headquartered in Houston.
So the Berkman method is, and Lisa's LEAP program is the assessment that we include in our package with all of our college planning clients, and there's been a couple of shows talking about a lot of the details of it. So go take a look at our archives if you'd like to learn a little bit, very much more detail about the Fit to Flourish process, but we'll talk a little bit more about it. Neilye, can you tell us a little bit about Candid Career's background?
Of course. So Candid Career came actually from an idea that my business partner, I can't take credit for the idea, had. He went to college and obviously majored in, picked a major, and he was in line to take over his family insurance business. And once he graduated, he realized that the insurance business just really wasn't for him. So he was in his mid-20s and kind of lost and couldn't really, was trying to figure out what he wanted to do. So he went on the Internet and he searched, and he just wanted to hear about people talking about their jobs and what they do and why they do it and kind of a day in the life of their career. And, of course, he found stuff on YouTube, but it was all mishmashed and didn't really flow, or he wasn't able to find the content or the information he was really looking for about careers. So he came up with the idea of launching CandidCareer.com. And what we do at Candid Career is we actually go out all across the U.S. and we conduct what we call informational interviews. So we sit down with professionals. They share with us a day in the life of their career. They give advice to students how to get into the field, what type of majors to consider, internships to do, a ton of valuable information about the career. So it's just a great way for students to learn about different careers, because when you're growing up, you're mostly exposed to the careers that your parents do or your parents' friends do, and as everyone knows, there's tons of career options out there. So this is a way online for students 24/7 to be able to go and hear from people in all different types of career fields all across the U.S. to help them decide what they want to major in college, which will lead to obviously a career down the road.
So how long would a typical video be? Is it short clips, or do you want to sit down with a coffee while you're watching it? How does it work?
Yeah. So what we do is we provide the informational interviews in like a 5-series format, so the students can click on job description if they want to hear about, a day in the life of their career. They can listen to a short clip on what the person loves or the challenges are about the career. We also have a part 3, which goes over how to prepare for the career. What's it like once you get in? What does it take to be successful? Part 4 is actually the interviewee stories. They talk about how they got there. And then part 5 is any final advice. So each part is on average about 1 to 2 minutes in length. So we do keep the clips very short, and all the informational interviews are structured in the same format. So it's really easy for the students to jump around and find the information that they're looking for.
How long has Candid Career been around?
We officially launched, this is our 4th year in business, so we launched in 2010. So for the most part, college career centers across the U.S. have been subscribing to our product. We also partner and work with a lot of college financial planners as well who use our product to help with the career exploration process, and then we have some partnerships with companies that work with high school counseling offices as well.
Great. So how many different careers would be, represented on the website?
So to date, we have over 4,500 video clips available to browse, and we're constantly adding new content on a regular basis. So we're not planning to stop anytime soon because there's tons of opportunities and careers out there. There's about 700 different professionals to date that we've sat down and interviewed.
Well, this is very valuable, and we've talked a lot on this show about how important it is to really have students understand or do an assessment or understand what careers they want to consider before thinking about their majors, and then also about what they should be, which colleges are really the right fit. Hey, Lisa, so how did you guys connect and decide that it was a partnership, the opportunity between Candid Career and LEAP?
Well, one of the common frustrations I can have at times is on the follow-up end of the coaching we give. Families walk away with, a great idea of what their kids' wiring is and what directions we need to start looking for career, and as well as ruling things out. Often we are introducing students to careers that maybe they didn't even know existed before. Kids know the standard careers, but there are over 800 careers that are tracked through the Department of Labor and the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, and many of those students don't even have any clue as to what they are. So through that, we encourage them to have homework and go out and start doing the work to find out about these careers. That can be hard to do, and so at one point, I was working with a financial planner on the East Coast who mentioned their use of Candid Career, and I thought, what a great fit for what we're doing. And at that time, I inquired, and we struck up a conversation about how this might work to further help our students who go through our Fit to Flourish coaching. Great.
Well, I think that the nice fit, and we'll talk a little bit about how the Fit to Flourish, kind of part of the end of the homework, is a lot of the career side. But we're going to take a break right now. If you've joined us, our guests on today's College Smart Radio program are Lisa Mader, who's a president of LEAP, Learning, Enrichment and Assistance Program, and also Neilye Garrity, who's a co-founder of Candid Career. We've been discussing the Fit to Flourish career assessment and also the Candid Career search engines. We'll be right back after a quick break.
College Smart Radio with Mark Guthrie and Beatrice Schultz continues in moments on AM 1220 KDOW. For more information on today's topic, visit collegesmartradio.com or call area code 650-587-1559. Contact our hosts at collegesmartradio.com or call 650-587-1559. Now back to College Smart Radio with Mark Guthrie and Beatrice Schultz on AM 1220 KDOW.
Welcome back to College Smart Radio, where we help you tackle the runaway costs of college. I'm Beatrice Schultz. We all know that college is expensive and will most likely be some of the most costly years for a family. Understanding how to navigate the college costs is a smart thing to know. To help families be on this radio show, I host community workshops, live and via webinar, several times a month that explain the various costs of college, how the financial aid system works, and things to consider to prepare yourself for this tremendous expense. To learn more and reserve your seat, go to my website, collegesmartradio.com. If you've just joined us, we've been talking with our guests, Lisa Mader, who's a president of LEAP, Learning, Enrichment and Assistance Program, and also Neilye Garrity, a co-founder of Candid Career. We've been talking about career assessments as well as career, research that's available for career exploration. I think, Lisa, I'd like to ask you to continue. I kind of cut you off. We were talking a little bit about the Fit to Flourish process and how the homework that comes out of that assessment ends up being a fit with your partnership with Candid Career.
Certainly. So as you indicated in our earlier radio shows, the two that we've done previously, we talk in detail more about what the process is of Fit to Flourish, why we're using the Berkman, how we're really drilling down scientifically into a student's wiring and making suggestions to them for careers for exploration. And so, I'd encourage families to go back and listen to those in detail. What we're really talking about today is what happens after the Fit to Flourish coaching takes place. So, your families that you're working with, Beatrice, and others who are working with us, they take their assessments. We schedule a 1-hour debrief consultation. We then introduce the students to some best fit careers for their personal wiring and aptitude. At that point, and I always tell students that, this is really a midpoint in that what do I want to be when I grow up? We all started thinking about it when we were probably 3 years old. At that time, our lists were probably limited to policeman, fireman, teacher, doctor, things that were very concrete ideas to us. We're taking it way beyond that, obviously, now. And they're not going to walk away from Fit to Flourish with, yes, I will be this one single career, because honestly, there's many different fits that might be good for that person. We're ruling out things that wouldn't be good fits. So now they have to really dial down into the exploration phase. We tell students, first of all, in their Fit to Flourish report, they are going to get links over to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, as well as to ONET Online. And that provides information as far as what is the expected growth in the next 10 years of this career, what is the average person in this career making, how do you become one, what do they do on a daily basis, what are some similar careers as well. So that's a first, read over, try to start to figure out, wrap your mind around what would this career entail. We've then always told our clients over the past 5 years of doing this that they should be networking to look for opportunities to talk to people that are in the field through friends and family, maybe, coworkers of parents, things like that. They should, if at all possible, try to go out and job shadow them. Sometimes the students are feeling like that's hard to make those connections. Some are easier than others. But if we're introducing them to a career that maybe isn't as widespread, more specialized, then it becomes difficult to do that piece of the homework while they're still trying to decide, what is in my bucket of options still of what I want to do, and what am I throwing out as maybe there's something about this that maybe isn't a good fit. So at that point, we want to introduce them to Candid Career. So every family that goes through Fit to Flourish will get a 6-month subscription to candidcareer.com through LEAP, and Neilye can talk more about that definitely. But that's the next piece of the homework. This enables a student to not necessarily network, but to gather information through the interview process and hear what people in the field are actually talking about.
Great. And every student that works, or every family that works with West-Based College Planning and are tackling the Runaway Cost of College program also includes the LEAP assessment as part of our package, and that would also include the 6 months access to career.com or candidcareer.com. Neilye, can you share a little bit about what happens then when the students switch over? They've got some ideas for careers, and now they're going to take a look at your website?
Yeah, of course. So candidcareer.com is essentially a search engine of career videos. So I think YouTube is actually right now the number 2 search engine on the web, and I believe in 2014 I read that it's going to be possibly the number 1 search engine on the web. So that will just tell you how people today, especially the youth of America, are going to find information and be educated through video. So they can come to our website. We have a robust search engine where they can do a specific search by a career title. They could look by industry, description, college major, college, city, or state. Depending on where the professional is working, they can do a search based on that. So the most popular way after taking an assessment, what students do is they'll come and they'll look at our channel section. Our channel section first breaks all of our video library down by high-level industry, or what we like to call career cluster. So an example would be they could click on the art, entertainment, and fashion channel, and then all the videos related to that industry would show up for them to browse through. We have an education channel, finance, fitness, and athletics, for example. So we have over 25 different clusters or industries that they can browse by. There's also an alphabetical list by career title, so they can go in and browse alphabetically all the careers that we have matches or videos for. In addition, they can search by college major. So the college major list, what it does is it sorts our videos by what the professionals we've interviewed majored in college. So you can see that some people will major in accounting. Doesn't necessarily mean they go on to be an accountant. You can also do other things with that degree. So it helps students really think through, if I major in this, what are the options after I graduate?
So if a student, for example, came out of the LEAP Fit to Flourish assessment, and one recommendation would be that they could possibly be a nurse, and another might be that they would be an advertising executive, they could research both, I guess, and maybe get down to the same major that might get them to both places. I'm not sure in that example it would. And then how do they kind of hold on to that information? Is there any reporting function, or is it just to go back and listen to the video and kind of take notes?
Yeah, so if a student, as they sign up and they have an individual account, they actually can save videos to their profile. So they can save their favorites. The profile will also keep track of their playlist, so they'll be able to go back and see the videos that they've watched. In addition, it'll tell them personally where they've spent the most time watching videos. So if they've spent the most time in the education channel, you'll see the most video hits in that industry when they drill down into their own stat tracking that we keep track on the personal profile.
You mentioned earlier different ways that the partners that you have, financial planners, you've got LEAP as a college counselor, you've got some colleges that you work with directly. So for my listeners, and they can also go in independently, but maybe talk a little bit about how that works. If you work with the Career Center, does Career Center get access to all their students, or is it just a subscription model available through the Career Centers at the colleges?
Yes. So the college career centers purchase a subscription for all of their students to have access to the product. So an individual, a student, or a parent could come on our website, and we also sell individual memberships, which are either a 3-month membership or a year membership to our website. So that's also an option. College planners, they can reach out to us and purchase, bulk individual subscriptions for all of the clients that they use, and we'll actually give them a discount, the more packages or individual subscriptions they buy.
So, Lisa, as you've introduced us to your students, what's the feedback you're getting, and what are the parts of the Candid Career that your clients are kind of really enjoying and embracing?
Well, the neat thing is not only am I talking to my students, I'm talking to my son, who's also at this age in high school doing the exploration, and it's really positive. It's actually taking that, this whole, as you know, Beatrice, this whole college-bound journey of where am I going to go, what am I going to do, parents, how am I going to pay for it, can be quite stressful. And so we did find that when we were working with families and they were coming up against maybe a brick wall of how do I further explore these careers, they sometimes would shut down and they would give up on that part, so they weren't really doing maybe the due diligence we wanted them to give on the finishing part of our coaching process as the homework. And so I think this brings some added relief. I know that you and I work together because we're able to complement what one another does, and again, that brings a level of relief and guidance to families, and so I think that's why it's being met with such a positive feedback from families.
And Neilye, for you, when we talked a little bit during the break, you've got a couple of other kind of career advice channels, I think you called it. Can you talk a little bit about not just the career videos, but the other parts of your website that are accessible to your subscribers?
Of course. So in addition to the informational interviewing that we do, we also do what we call high-level career advice videos on topics like how to write a cover letter, how to write a resume, dressing for success if you're going for an interview, the importance of informational interviewing, and if you wanted to go do it on your own, how do you do it? What's the process? Grad school, networking, internships, the importance of all this kind of high-level career information that helps the students transfer into the real world and actually get a job, so they can go and be educated on those topics as well when they're visiting our website.
Well, thank you very much for your insight, Neilye, and thanks for joining us also, Lisa. The link to Lisa's LEAP website and also Neilye's Candid Career website will be available on our website, collegesmartradio.com. Thanks, both of you, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Well, that wraps up. Thank you. Well, that wraps up another weekly show of College Smart Radio. We hope you picked up some new information today that helps you figure out ways to manage the runaway costs of college. You can hear us each week here on KDOW, 1220 AM, Saturdays at 3 p.m. We promise to bring you up-to-date information from the front lines of helping parents deal with the most expensive years of their lives. For a link to a podcast of this show and our private weekly shows, go to our website, collegesmartradio.com. And you'll also be able to find College Smart Radio shows on YouTube, which I guess is the second largest search engine, according to Neilye. In addition to the podcast, you'll also find a schedule of our upcoming shows on our website. Also, plan on joining us at one of our upcoming Westface College Planning workshops and webinars. You can do so from the show's website, collegesmartradio.com. This is Beatrice Schultz. Thanks for tuning into College Smart Radio. We look forward to sharing more helpful information with you next week.
You've been listening to College Smart Radio with Mark Guthrie and Beatrice Schultz. If you have questions on today's topic, log on to collegesmartradio.com or call area code 650-587-1559. That's 650-587-1559. And join us next week at this time for another edition of College Smart Radio on AM 1220 KDOW.
Information presented during today's show is not to be construed as advice meeting the particular needs of any investor. All mention of performance is based on historical experience. It should not be assumed that past performance is any indication of future results. Tax and or legal advice is not offered by Mark Guthrie or Beatrice Schultz. Please consult your tax professional for additional guidance regarding tax-related matters. Mark Guthrie and Beatrice Schultz are owners and investor advisor representatives of Westface Financial Advisory. College planning services offered through Westface College Planning. Insurance services offered through Westface Financial and Insurance Services. License number OF 35251. Financial planning and investment advisory services offered through Westface Financial Advisory.